If you're jumping on live, please tell me that you're here. I'm going to move this bad boy closer to myself. Anyway, hey, happy Thursday. So I was thinking, I actually saw a client in my group make a comment, like she was sharing a personal realization. And it made me like have all the feelings, and I wanted to share it with you. So basically, I wanted to share it with you because I think that it's a huge thing that we need to recognize. So like, I am a high producer, okay? By nature, I can't help it. Like my mind works like a project management system, and I am spitting out the things all the time, right? Like all the time spitting out all the things. And I have learned to harness that gift and use it for good. And I'm grateful for that. But along the way, I realized that it has a huge shadow side too. Like, if I'm not careful, I produce so highly that number one, it's never enough for me, right? And so I'm like beating myself up in every possible way about how I'm not doing enough and I'm not good enough and I should be doing all these things and I should be over here and all this stuff should be so successful because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So I produce more, right? That's not healthy. So I had to learn the difference between shutting that down and maintaining it. And so I created like this little bubble, right? To put my high producing amazingness, because it is a huge gift. It is a zone of genius. To put it in a bubble to where it did not drain me and make me crazy, to where I was doing all the things too much and being mean to myself about, what was enough and what wasn't. And I had to learn how to turn it off and be okay with that, right? The reason I'm saying this is because for two reasons. You're probably maybe a high performer too, or you want to be one, right? So many people are like, Jamie, I need to learn how to do more. And I'm like, cool, like, let's do that. That's my jam. I teach people how to get more done. Like, get shit done. There's a reason for that, phrase, right? But the thing is, what people get surprised about and a little taken back is when they're like, teach me how to do more things. I'm like, yeah, let's do more things. But we're also going to take care of ourselves, and those are the more things too. It's not just let's do all the business things, because we can't do all the business things without all the other things, or it doesn't work, right? So the statement, back to my original comment, the statement that was being made in the group today was like, she said something along the lines of like, I always felt like I needed to be a high performer, and like I wasn't a good coach if I wasn't a high performer. And I was thinking, oh my God, that sucks, because it's not all it's cracked up to be. Like, it certainly isn't. And being a high performer does not make you a better coach or a better entrepreneur than someone who's not. Both avenues have their shadow sides and their struggles, if you'd like, or the things that you have to learn how to balance and combat. You have to learn how to use your zone of genius. I have gotten to a place now where I wouldn't trade the way that I am for anything. But there was a time where I was like begging the universe to give me more calm, to shut my mind down, to make me not be that way, because it had become so overwhelming and all consuming, and it just wasn't healthy, right? And so, oh, hey, Glenn, it's going well. I hope you're good too. So I wanted to make this real quick video, and if anybody has any questions, pop them in. But the reason I wanted to say this is because I think it's a really beautiful look at both sides of the coin, right? To where there are, and also just maybe it's my call out to you if you're trying your damnedest to be a high performer and it feels like the exact opposite of what your body wants and needs. You don't have to be superhuman producer person to be superhuman in your own way, right? Like, yes, I have an entire program called Superhuman Productivity, but within that program, I also teach you how to have balance in your life, right? So I just wanted to say, like, permission slip. You don't have to be a high performer to be successful or whole. Like, you're whole the way you are. And if you are a high performer, I really hope that you have identified the pieces of that maybe aren't that healthy, and that can put you down a rabbit hole that really in the long run hinders your productivity. or your, advances forward. So if anybody ever wants to talk more about that, like maybe I should do a whole podcast about this or talk more about this, because it's a thing. And it's a thing that I've had to hire a lot of professionals and go through a lot of inner work and tracking and, trial and error to find a way to have a healthy balance between the two. Because it is something that I don't want to turn off ever, because it's the reason I'm good at what I do. Because that's my specialty. That's my thing. But I don't want to be that way all the time. I want to be able to turn it down. So basically, I just wanted to tell you that there are two sides to every coin. And there's nothing wrong with being one or the other. You don't have to be one or the other in order to be successful. So it was very beautiful to hear that this woman had learned that it was okay for her to stop trying to be a high producer and just do things the way that she does things, which is extremely valuable. So that's my story for today. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. As always, if you like this message, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate when you do that. And if you think anyone else can benefit from it, please share it. That's the way that we get more people into this zone and raise the overall vibe of everyone, is by sharing more messages like this. And I can only get it so far, right? Like we take it, we put it all the places, me and my team. But with you sharing it, or even just liking it, because I don't know if people realize the value of a like and how much help that gets on content, but just by doing that really helps us out. So thank you for listening, and thank you for being here. I hope you have a good day.
This is a reminder. Bye.